The last week. This is Martha Raddatz with MSNBC. Is that who she's with? She's talking to Mr. J.D. Vance. And she has an interesting point about Venezuelans taking over apartment complexes.
The incidents were...
This relates to the next topic, so let's just deal with it. Okay, Charles? Calm down.
Limited to a handful of apartment complexes, and the mayor said our dedicated police officers have acted on those concerns. A handful of problems.
Only, Martha, do you hear yourself? Only a handful of apartment complexes in America were taken over by Venezuelan gangs, and Donald Trump is the problem and not Kamala Harris's open border. Americans are so fed up with what's going on.
Right, so we don't need to listen to the whole thing. It's just a handful of apartment complexes that were taken over. No big deal. It's really just a small amount, right? What's the max number that we can allow to be taken over in America? I mean, a handful's okay. What's a handful? 5?
6.
A handful is 5.
Okay, so 5 is okay.
6 is a bushel.
6 is a bushel. Can we have a bushel of apartment complexes taken over? I don't know. It's kind of a cute word, a cute way to say it. So I feel like she would say it's only a bushel, no big deal, right? But I think once we get into like closer to the double digits, it's when people start saying, "All right, guys, we got a problem." So this is from the Daily Mail, everyone's favorite reliable news source. Evil super gang seizes 4 apartment complexes in major Texas city in new terrifying show of strength. Bloodthirsty gang Tren de Aragua. How do you say that? Moves headquarters. Huh? What?
Aragua.
Yeah, whatever. Moves HQ. Hey, welcome to America. Speak English, Charles. Moves HQ to outskirts of El Paso in Texas. A dangerous Venezuelan gang has taken over at least 4 apartment complexes in San Antonio, Texas, as it expands its reach in yet another American city. DailyMail.com can reveal. Dubbed the epitome of evil, TDA is known to run drug smuggling, child prostitution, and human trafficking rings in South America, with its members crossing over into the U.S. in recent years amid a wave of Venezuelan migrants.
Michael, let's just let that one go.
Okay.
What one go?
Nothing. Okay, so
What are you letting go? I am the host of the show. I will mute you.
Then you won't find out.
What are you letting go?
You said epitome.
Oh, okay. I apologize.
Epitome. But that's a common
it's
mistake.
okay. Maybe that's the other way they pronounce it.
Can't all be perfect. You know what I mean?
You know.
Okay, do you guys actually believe this or what?
Do I believe?
Yeah.
Did I believe it?
What?
Do I? It's only 4 in San Antonio. It's not that big a deal, Charles. Does it matter if I believe it?
Do we believe what?
That it's happening in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Just last week, a small army of police officers raided an apartment complex in San Antonio and arrested 19 individuals.
Okay, but it's like, are you getting this from any other source other than the Daily Mail?
I thought I sent you guys a local source that.
Maybe I did.
I thought you. Oh yeah, you did send that.
My
News for San Antonio. This woman who's got tattoos all over, arrested in alleged
that's what you
gang
said.
member, was arrested in late September after a migrant woman living at a local hotel accused her of drugging her and letting men rape her.
I thought you were sending this because you thought she was cute.
That's what I thought too.
That too.
But I'm not seeing. So I'm sorry. I did not see that. I saw it, but I didn't click the thing you sent. I just thought you were sending that because like how she looked. But I did not know that this was like confirmed outside of Daily Mail. Right.
What do y'all think about those ear gauges? What do you think about that? Gross?
Don't do that.
It looks like one of them's ripped on the other side. It's nasty.
Yeah, it is nasty. Everything else better is primo.
So like cigarettes and hot Cheetos.
Do you not believe it just because it's Daily Mail? Like you need some?
No, not just because it's Daily Mail, but because like I haven't seen it anywhere else.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Well, now Podunk Daily 4 San Antonio has reported it. Must be true,
Well,
right?
no. I mean, like with as much as our elected officials and our statewide elected officials talk about cartel and how if they were taking it over and the governor didn't send the National Guard in to get them, that's crazy, right? Like that's nuts. If they took over 4 apartment complexes in the second largest, I don't even know what San Antonio is for Texas, 3rd largest city, whatever it is.
Second.
Is it second largest city in the state? And we're just like, look at Denver, look at Aurora.
Well, I mean, it does say law enforcement sources confirmed TDA had been operating at the Palatia apartments for 5 to 6 months, squatting in empty units. They either rented out to other migrants, used as a base to deal cocaine, or more horrifically, as prostitution dens to pimp out women and children. Charles, I don't know why you think
Did they take it over, or were they squatting in a couple of apartments?
I mean, if they're running some gang activity out of there, are they? I don't know. Is the whatever, the RA, resident assistant, is that on the? Are they on the payroll? Is that what it requires?
I don't know. It sounds like if you're I don't know what the situation
if they take it over, do they have to like pay taxes? And that's what you think that's when they started. They actually took over. Like, what's your definition of take over?
Take over as in like they run it, and if you go in there, you might have problems.
You think they're good landlords?
Have you guys never seen New Jack City?
I don't think so.
A takeover of an apartment building is like literally a takeover of an apartment building. So I would assume if that had happened, that's very different than taking over a couple of units.
Oh God, Charles.
Neither's good, but there's a reason why one didn't make national news and one did. One would.
I have not seen New Jack City, but it's got my boy Wesley Snipes, so I'm a little disappointed in myself. Ice-T.
It's a great movie.
And Wesley Snipes, Ice-T and Wesley Snipes.
It's based on a true story. My mom used to date one of the
Your mom used to date Wesley Snipes?
No, one of the people who is in the gang that the movie's about.
Your mom dated Wesley Snipes when he was in a gang?
Outside of the semantics of what takeover means, I mean, this seems like public safety purpose number one. Like, can we get some people in there to get these guys out of there and out of these? And then second, this is why we don't build apartments. We need more single family homes, less apartments, because we don't see Venezuelan gangs taking over single family homes. Now, do we, Charles?
That is an excellent point.
They've taken over plenty of single family homes in Venezuela. They just haven't done it here yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Have they? Are you making shit up?
And the reason it's not getting coverage nationally is because this hurts the Democrats.
Yeah, but you can't say that that's the reason. Denver and Aurora got national coverage
on Fox, but Daily Mail reported, not to change subjects, but Daily Mail also reported Doug Emhoff's beating of women, and it's not getting covered in mainstream media either. But it's confirmed.
You saw MSNBC talk about the Colorado apartments being taken over and playing it off like it's no big deal because it's just a handful.
I think that was ABC.
Whatever the fuck it is, it's all the same, right?
Yes, I get it. I'm not justifying any of this. I'm just saying that if it were that big of a deal, I would think that we would see additional coverage of it. Like the San Antonio News Express is not writing about apartment complexes being taken over by Tren de Aragua gang members in San Antonio. The Houston Chronicle most certainly would, even if just to dispel the rumors from Republicans.
Well, maybe they're not rumors and they can't dispel them. I don't know why you're defending this activity by Venezuelan gangs.
I'm not defending it. I just don't want us to traffic in misinformation.
Oh, yeah, you do. You talk about fucking how apartment complexes are so good. City and fucking in Texas and all of that's. If that's not misinformation, I don't know what is. Don't yawn at me.
That's how I feel about what you're saying.
All right. Anything else about the Venezuelan gangs?
No.
No? Okay.